Warhammer 40k is crazy. There's a ton of books. You have no idea where to start. I have a couple ideas. Here's 5 spots where you can start reading Warhammer 40,000 novels. Now, for the record, there are plenty of places to start. You can start really wherever you want to. I recently saw someone make a really great point about the fact that really finding a good race that you like as far as like factions to play as and just going based off of that is a great way to do it. But here's just, again, 5 spots where I think if you were just looking for a general rule of thumb to go with, these are rock solid. Now, the first one is going to be called Nightbringer. It's by Graham McNeil. It's about a guy named Uriel Ventress. He's a Ultramarine Space Marine, and it basically takes place after he becomes a captain of one of the Ultramarine companies. And I like this one because basically it's a good intro, because the Ultramarines, they're very basic as far as their like uniqueness in Warhammer as far as Space Marines go, things like that. And on top of that, it also gets a little bit into like things like Necrons and a little bit of politics within Warhammer and explains some stuff. It's part of a 5 or 6 book series, I think now. So again, great introduction to the world, a couple of the characters, a couple of the villains, a couple of factions, things like that. Next one of these is going to be Space Wolf by William King. It's another Space Marine chapter. It's about a guy named Ragnar Blackmane, and it starts off before he was a Space Marine, and he was just a barbarian on Fenris, and then it goes through his initial training to become a Space Marine, and it's different because the Space Wolves are a really, really unique chapter. Think like Space Vikings, and I really like Ragnar as a character. I think he's cool. I think there's a lot of really great lore in this one, and it's a 4-book series. Don't quote me, tell me I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that one, but it's like 4, maybe 5, and Ragnar has a lot of like down the line lore that gets added in to the point where he's pretty prominent nowadays, and it's just a great introduction to a unique chapter. They fight Chaos Space Marines, they fight orcs, they fight all kinds of different factions, and you get some internal politics later down the line in the Imperium as well. So again, strongly recommend this one. Next one I got is First and Only by Dan Abnett. This one is about the Tanith First and Only and Colonel Commissar Ibram Gaunt. The thing I like about this one is it's a unique regiment within the Imperial Guard, and it's also a unique setting because you're in the Savat Worlds Crusade, which is just, it's in its own little world, which means you're going to see familiar characters. The Tanith First and Only has a lot of really cool characters. Some of honestly, my favorite in Warhammer. And then also, you are mostly seeing them fighting Chaos and a really unique faction of Chaos, and it's just a really solid entry into good storytelling with Dan Abnett. He's one of my favorite ones within Warhammer 40k, but if you check this one out, I would say at least give it until the 3rd book, because the first one is a single like storyline, the second one is a bunch of short stories that really kind of explain the Tanith First, and then the 3rd one is a really, really cool one. I won't spoil that one, but I think it's honestly probably one of my favorites within the series. So check it out. Let me know what you think on that one. The last one is going to be Horus Rising by Dan Abnett. This one might be a little bit of a hot take as well, but if you're looking for like, hey, when is like the earliest thing you could possibly check out for Warhammer 40k, technically this is going to be it, because it takes place in 30k, which is obviously 10,000 years in the past, and you follow Horus as he goes through his downfall and descent into madness. And he was like the original traitor. Well, not the original, but like you'll see if you read the books. And what I like about this one is you kind of get to see the world and the universe before things really kick off, and you see like Chaos Space Marines and all that kind of stuff. Like this is the Imperium at its peak, and then you kind of see why it's at where it is today. If you're going to do this one, I would say do the original trilogy, or just the first couple books in the series of, you know, the Horus Heresy in general, and then maybe pick a favorite character or a favorite faction and just kind of follow them along. Or do these 3, kind of get an idea of the baseline of the setting, and then hop into, you know, again, one of the other book series or any of them. The only thing I'll say as far as Warhammer books in general goes, just, again, find a faction you like, start off with the first one, and a book series. Let me know if you have a faction you really like. I can probably make a recommendation about finding something that you might enjoy. There's going to be other people in the comment section, hopefully, who can help out too. But if you like this video, I do stuff like this all the time. This was something that somebody had asked for. Leave a like, drop a comment, tell me what kind of books you started off with for Warhammer 40k, And again, if you like this kind of stuff, subscribe. I do it all the time. Thanks.